My name is Blake Evans, and I'm a 2024 KCBC graduate. So I would say I was introduced to KCM when I was at the age of 0. I was born into KCM. My parents have served and attended EMIC for my entire life, and so I've always known EMIC and KCM, which has been such a blessing. I really got into it because the Lord told me to, and I kind of ignored it at first, which isn't a great idea to do. But while I was working here at the ministry, between just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, the Lord told me I was going to go to KCBC, and I just kind of shrugged it off, thinking, no, that's not for me. I've been around this my entire life. I know it all, kind of thing. But one day, Dr. Tony approached me and told me about KCBC and about, the plan and how it's building a foundation and figuring out what your next steps are and what your calling is. And that really sold me, and that's what filled me in the spirit, knowing that KCBC is the place I need to be. We're attending class from 8 to 12 nonstop, and by doing that, we're building a closer relationship with God, but also building a better relationship with each other as well. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned the last couple of years. Yeah, I've always had friends and family, but having an actual KCBC family has been such a blessing. The last week of school on a Tuesday, it was in Fruits and Gifts of the Spirit, and Pastor DeWayne was our guest instructor that day, and he was teaching about fruits and gifts for a little bit, and then he started praying over us and giving us words from God, and he gave me a word over me that I'm supposed to go into ministry, and that all the years my parents have spent here serving, willing and diligently serving, isn't just going into their lives, but also going into my life. So it's really cool to see that God has a plan for me, and figuring that out just through KCBC the last 2 years. I would say the biggest thing that Pastor Terry was emphasizing, and even that Nancy Dufresne said, was that be prepared. And that's one of the things that KCBC's done for us the last 2 years, is that we're preparing with the Word. And if we're prepared with the Word, we're ready for any secret attack, any attack that happens. Accepting the call and being willing to do what he tells us to do, and doing it by faith, and not just being a sissy, not doing any sissy prayers as Pastor Terry told us, but being willing and trusting all in God. It's crazy to think that I graduated Bible college and that 2 years ago I'd be here, but we are here, and I'm relieved and ready for the next steps God has in store for me.